Hello viewers, welcome to the very first episode of the Phenom Show. Today we have with us our very first fellow who has experience in the field of technology, and today he is here to share his experiences with us as a programmer or someone who works in the technology field. I am your host, Anania J. Gloria. Welcome. It's a great honor to have you here. Welcome to the show, the Phenom Show. So tell us something, a little something about yourself. Tell us something small about yourself. We want to know something about you.
Okay, so it's a very great honor to be here. My name is Fit, and then I'm in JHS. I'm 14 years. I attend Malinda School, so I'm much more into like programming stuff and specifically web development, as you already said, and then other stuff like that. Things like that. Yeah.
So tell us something about computers. What is computers? Most of us learn computers in school, but we don't actually know anything about computers. We've heard programming, most of us have heard it, but we don't know. So tell us something, explain it to us, make us understand more about what this computer programming is all about.
Okay, so that's a nice question. Basically, when we talk about computers, a lot of people think about this monitor, keyboard, and then typing in front of it, but a lot of things are computers that people don't know about. This phone is a computer, calculators are computers. I mean, computers are anything that takes something from you and then they give something back to you. For instance, you take a calculator and then you give it 3 plus 4, and then the calculator returns back to you 7. So a computer, I would say, is anything, first of all, powered by electricity, and then it receives an input or something from you, and then it does something weird to it, and then it returns something back to you. And then programming a computer is quite also like giving something to the computer, but this time you are writing instructions for it with what we call programming language. So you write instructions for the computers, and then the computers kind of like listen to the instruction, and then it performs a task for you. So that's the simplest way I think I can explain computers and then computer programming to you.
Okay, it's very nice to hear that. So what's your inspiration? What inspired you to do computer programming? What's the reason behind your inspiration? Tell us something about that one.
Okay, so I would say that I was first ignorant of all these things, that they were anything like programming but I always found computers and laptops fascinating. My sister and my brother, they had laptops each, so I would take them and then I'll be playing games and stuff. But sometimes it would come in my head, who made these games? How did they make them? But I never tried to search into things. Then one day, a tutor from Ghana Club came to our school, so they were talking about how many of you are interested in coding. I didn't even know what coding was, but as long as it was about computers, I joined, and then this guy, he introduced me to the world of programming, I would say, and then feels into it and other stuff like that. So he inspired me most, and then introduced me to a lot of things, stuff like that, and other things. Yeah.
Wow. So what are some of the challenges you are facing trying to pursue this computer programming stuff? What are some of the challenges you've been facing in your life?
So I first faced big challenges because computers, I would say, at that time were a little rare in our community. But then I was able to convince my mother to get me one desktop computer, and also the resources, where to get this, and then put them together and then do this. And also I needed internet connection and other things. So like there were challenges I was facing, but I started what some people call susu, and then I was using the money I got from the susu to buy credit and other stuff to make bundles. And then also, Steve Jobs once said something that everybody should learn how to program a computer because it helps you to think. sometimes you face some problems where you have to solve them, and then you're like, this thing is bullshit, I have to even stop. But then you keep pushing, and then so there are things others who face when they are starting programming and that's about. I would advise them to keep with determination and then practicing always. As the saying goes, practice makes a man perfect. So things like that.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge I'm facing right now is stuff to do with the internet. Where first, first I will first use my shushu to buy or to get access to internet bundles so that I can browse and other things. But since this pandemic came, we are no more schooling, and then I don't have money to put into my susu box, and the one already in the susu box is finished. So I would say the biggest challenge I'm facing right now is, let's say, the internet connection, and then there's no Wi-Fi or anything as such in this country. It's rare, very very rare, and then some people have access to it though, but I wouldn't say they use it for nothing, but most of the children don't use that Wi-Fi they get access to for better things. They're just watching, I would say, irrelevant videos or things that will not help them for the meantime. And then also in Ghana, until let's say you're old enough, even smartphones are common. They are not common to come by. But we thank God that maybe I have a little smartphone which I can browse with, but the internet is quite difficult to get access to. And things like that.
Thank you, viewers, for being with us on this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe, and leave your comments below. See you in the next episode.